Well, hello, friends. I'm with my friend Pastor Kelly right here, and I wanted to ask him one question from our youth's perspective. So the question I have for you, Brother Kelly, is based on your journey and what you've experienced. What do you think today youth can learn from your story and from the times we're living in now, and how can they be better being part of a building something better in general?
Well, thank you, Jared, for having me on and for asking that question. That's a great question.
No problem.
And I think when I look at the journey of being inside of a family, there's always going to be joys and there's always going to be challenges. And what I'm hoping for the young generations is that they'll understand how much work is involved and how much love is needed to actually stick with something and make it better. Some of the dynamics that have transpired are not the best and they're not the healthiest. But the church is still our family. And we need to avoid two polar opposites. One is we need to avoid just sweeping it under the rug and acting like nothing happened and moving forward in spite of everything with a false sense of forgiveness. And we need to avoid the concept of disenchantment, bitterness, frustration, revenge, all that, or just not going to mess with that. A healthy family, a healthy marriage, and a good family takes a ton of work. And there's a lot of forgiveness, but there's a need for a lot of truth. But that truth has to be shared graciously. Sometimes it's a bit of iron sharpening iron, and of course we know sparks fly when iron sharpens iron. There is no excuse for carelessness or lack of self-control, but we also need to have an understanding of the broad spectrum of human emotion. And sometimes there's some righteous indignation in there that is a legitimate expression of things that aren't right. So keeping our eyes on Jesus, who will motivate people to go talk to the right people, to forgive, to notice what needs to be discussed and what needs to be dismissed, because some things are small in life. But the situation involving me, it's a church, it's a family. We're going to have challenges. We're going to have to recommit to each other, to Christ first, to each other. We're going to have what Solomon prayed for, that he'd have wisdom, exceeding great understanding, and largeness of heart. And I believe largeness of heart is the ability to still see good in people, Amen, even if you think they did something wrong. So here we are. There's a lot of stories in the Bible. You know, there's a chapter in Acts of the Apostles. It's called Paul a Prisoner. It's about number 38. Every Adventist Christian should reread that chapter because Paul got bad advice. People believe bad things about him, even some of the apostles, she states. So amongst the 11 that were left, there were some that were evil thinking, the Apostle Paul. They about took his life by sending him in to take a Nazarene vow into the temple during a major feast. And Paul didn't lose his love for the brethren, he didn't lose his love for the church. Paul was a man who could speak the truth in love. That's what God's doing. He's trying to shake us up before there's a shaking out. And I just want to encourage everybody, have a real walk with God, work hard. Real relationships take a lot of hard work, and let's stay committed and let's stay in the game, because I don't mind being shaken up, but I don't want to be shaken out.
Amen, brother. Thank you very much for your comments. It's much appreciated. So I'm very happy, and thank you for coming on the platform. Thank you very much. With Liberty Health Alliance, thank you for watching, and for Adventist Media. We'd like to thank you, Ron Kelly, for coming. Thank you very much for coming.
God bless you, Jared.
We'll keep you blessed, and we have you all in our prayers. All right, brother?
Thank you.
All right. Thank you guys for joining us. Have a great day.